Hello, Vinyl Junkies. How are you? Hope everybody's well, man. Welcome to our 75th update. I'm looking right now to see if we're on, and we are. We are on YouTube. Please, somebody confirm that we are on the Facebooks, and if that's the case, then we're good to go. I'll find out in two. Look at that. We're everywhere. Vinyl Junkies is everywhere, bitches. How are you? So, I promised you a video at 75 as we march towards 100. And the last video I did of this kind, that's to say that the update videos to the VJ Patrons, is at 50. So it's been a while, and the next one's going to be only at 100. But there are so many things that have happened from 50 to 75, so I'm so glad to be able to catch you up to this. It hasn't been a month yet, man. We haven't been doing this whole VJ Patron thing for a month, even. So, it's pretty mind-boggling to see just how far the entire thing went. Sorry, I'm trying to, just get the camera going at the same time. It's, very distracting. Very distracting. I'll get it done, though. Here we are. So, 100, man. We're getting there. You know, I gotta say that this entire process has really changed me as a person. I learned how to ask. I think I learned some skills. I learned some social skills that I maybe didn't have before, and I'm happy that I have them now. And it completely changed the scope of where Vinyl Junkies is going, because now it really does feel like a community thing, because I know that, Vinyl Junkies, as any type of group like this, should always be free to everybody. That's a beautiful thing, and it should always continue to that. But, the fact of the matter is that as we go forward, a group that didn't exist in 2011 eventually blew up to 150,000, which is where we're at right now. Okay, so, it stands to reason that it's going to take a lot of time in order to do this properly. And, I put that time in, right? So as I had to kind of cross over, what it is that I did is, I don't know, I decided to try this patron thing as a Hail Mary, and, a bunch of you answered immediately. We got to 50 in just no time. And then getting to 100 is going to take more time, but again, the entire experience kind of transformed me, and I would say that you guys are the reason, because what it is that I started realizing is well, look, man, if you're going to do something good, you can do anything, right? But if you're going to do something good, doing good things takes time, it takes patience, it takes skill, it takes a whole lot of things, planning. Okay, so, anybody can do anything, but you can't. What it is that we do at Vinyl Junkies, in order to provide you with a clean kind of experience when you come and visit, or when it comes to these videos, me playing the music for you, it's stuff that takes time. And when you come and visit our forum, the reason that there's no spam and the reason that nobody's fighting is because I actively make sure that that doesn't happen, and I think that everybody needs that type of a safe space, especially now with the world the way it is. So I'm glad that Vinyl Junkies is able to be that space, and I'm going to keep working to keep it that space, and I plan to keep working to keep it 100% free for everybody. Do you hear me clearly? 100% free for everybody. That said, I've begun realizing, as 75 of you now all of a sudden stepped up and said, you know what? This is absolutely something worth supporting. Well, when that happened, my responsibility kind of shifted a little bit, and I decided, now I'm not just doing this for myself anymore, I'm doing this for other people as well, and I know that everything that I've been working on for all these years, sorry, I'm trying to get this together here. It's gotta happen, I'm so fucking bad. Come on now. Nah, gonna have a good time. There it is. Hey. I'm overwhelmed by the response. The thing that's changed from 50 to 75, you know what it is? I've learned how to ask. That's what's changed. Vinyl Junkies, I'm telling you guys, look at me direct. I'm looking at you. All right? Vinyl Junkies is going to blow up in 2020. Blow up. I am absolutely not blowing smoke up your ass. I have big plans. And the reason it is that I know that I can execute all these plans is because it's not something that happened overnight. If you guys see it blow up overnight, understand that there's 9 years that went into it to get it to this point. So I stumbled around a lot and tried this thing and tried that thing. And now all of a sudden, we have what we need in order to execute that. And that came the minute it is that I asked for help. Because what it is that was holding this entire thing back was me. I was doing it alone. Because I started it alone. And I felt a responsibility, and I absolutely felt like I should do it. My morning commute was fine. Thank you, Jeff. Hi, Melinda. Drake. Thank you so much for being VJ patrons, all three of you. Love you all, man. Once it reached a certain size, once Vinyl Junkies reached a certain size, it's like, well, now we're really cooking with gas here. This is exactly what I wanted to be doing with it all along. But I can't do it alone. So I kept falling over myself because it's just I'm only one person. And then that fateful message that I placed on Facebook saying, I'm not sure that Vinyl Junkies can continue into after 2020 because it's just, I can't anymore. And a whole bunch of you just stepped up. 50 happened so fast. 75 took a little work. And that's where it is that I changed. Okay? Because what it is that stopped me, when I felt shame asking you to help me with this. And you guys, out of the goodness of your heart, showed me that this has value. You should feel absolutely no shame. And 4 people so far have stepped up and donated their time. They put their time into making this happen. Angela Daly, Andrew Daly, Dario Varelli, Brian Schubert. These guys have put time into it. And Alfredo Rickner. You guys like the 50-50? The Filthy 50 logo? That's Alfredo Rickner. He's going to be making the next one also. I got a bunch of things I'm going to talk about, so strap in, man. I definitely have news for you. Hey, Nelson, how you doing, man? We hit 75. Can you believe it? Look, I want to get to 100 so badly before 2020 starts. You have no idea. I'm really... it would mean everything to me. And I realize it's a tall order. But the thing is that I also know that if it's a tall order and if it doesn't happen, I know that I still tried my ass off to get there. But I'm telling you right now, man, it would give me an extra pleasure just to know that we hit 100 before we said goodbye to 2019 in the last decade. And I'm going to keep working. And that's what it is that's changed from 50 onwards to the first 50. I learned how to ask. And it's like, well, fuck, you know what? 100% of this over here is on me. This is my baby. I've put this together my entire life. Sorry, I'm trying to get both TVs on now. TVs automatically go off in this house. So, if I'm going to make this succeed, then I gotta do everything. So I started knocking on doors. I started reaching a bunch of you directly. So a bunch of you got personal messages. Hey, man, it's Sam from Vinyl Junkies. How are you? Now, that's not something that you do. That's not what you call cold calling, right? These are all people that have been in the group for a while. I know them. We've shared relationships. We've shared stories. We've shared all of that stuff that made it so that I felt comfortable asking in the first place. And what it is that made me realize there is like, you know what, man? I'm not ashamed of asking this way at all. As a matter of fact, if anything, I know for an absolute fact that I'm going to be proud of it. I'll tell you why. Because I respect hard work. I don't believe in dirty work. I don't believe in ugly work. I believe that all work has honor. I have I place great value on working hard. And, look, I'm telling you, for those of you who worried, will Vinyl Junkies survive? Vinyl Junkies is going to survive. Believe me, we're on a hell of a path. So I can tell you right now, 75 patrons and $391 is not going to make it. Obviously, nobody can live on under $400 a month. But we got plans. And we got people who care enough to make it happen. So this will happen and this will explode. Okay? if we can somehow make it happen to get to 100 before 2019, look, guys, I'm telling you, my end, all right? If you've been in Vinyl Junkies for a while, I've probably knocked on your door, and a lot of those people from 50 to 75, and I'm going to mention some of them, okay? A lot of those people between 50 and 75, I knocked on their door, but they answered the call. Now, it's only normal when you do this kind of thing, you know, it's like you're going to have some people, it's like, oh, you know, they pretend like they don't see the message. It's Facebook, whatever, okay? But the thing is that would I let that upset me? That's where it is that I changed. Would I let that upset me? You know, to think, it's like, well, you've been part of this community since forever. Now, all of a sudden, I'm reaching out to you and it's like you're ignoring me? No, that's not what I thought at all. What it is that I thought instead is, you know, at the end of this entire thing, when Vinyl Junkies will absolutely explode, when it happens overnight and everyone will be surprised, you guys won't. Because 75 of you right now, already, you went in. And the good stuff's coming. We're not even done. We're not even close to done. The good stuff's coming. And you already bought into the entire thing. That's called faith. That's called community. Thank you. I mean, how am I supposed to fail that at that point? So when I knock on the doors and I get people who don't answer me, or all of a sudden it's kind of like they pretend like they don't see the message, or, you know, people will say, I'll think about it, and you know, it's just a polite way of saying no. You know what? I'm not embarrassed by all of that. I'll tell you exactly why. Because at the end, when we finish everything, I'm going to say with pride, and you guys can say it also, I'm going to say with pride, you know what? I built Vinyl Junkies from nothing. In 2011, the reason it is that I built it is because I knew that I needed a space like it. I knew that I needed a safe space, and I knew that I was a broken man who needed healing. And the power of music and community is what's going to heal me. I did that because those values are what I needed at that time. And I attracted 150,000 people up to now who feel exactly the same way. And, you know, in the end, you got to know and you got to be happy with what you see in the mirror. And I look at myself in the mirror and I'm telling you something. I'm someone who works. I don't pretend I'm anything. I'm a flawed human being, but I work every day to improve my flaws. I can look at myself in the mirror and know that my values are exactly what's pushing this forward, because community doesn't just happen. Okay? I got to keep the lights on. It's as simple as that. So, I mean, it's all really nice to say, oh, well, you know, this guy's in it for the money. No, it's called a job. It's called a job, man. I work 60 hours a week at this. It's a job. Now, if you enjoy it and you find value in it, that's a fantastic thing. That 75 is going to become 76 at some point. And then it's going to become 100. And then it's going to become 200. Trust me. Okay? But it's a job. Let's be clear. I work harder at Vinyl Junkies than most people work at their regular job. I'm on it all the time. And when I'm asleep, I'm thinking about it and I'm dreaming about it, because I believe in community. I think that we need community. See, Juice Terry, shut the fuck up and spin a tune. That's the guy we're going to throw out. I mean, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying here? Hold on, let me block him a bit. Fuck that guy. Remove. Yeah. Douchebags, man. You got to remove douchebags. Very, very, very important to remove douchebags out of the equation, because that's what makes the community special. What makes the community special is the fact that it's a safe space. You know that you're going to play something and you can put on whatever you want. New Kids on the Block, fucking Nickelback, whatever, man. I play Cher to death, and no one's going to start, that sucks. You know, music snobs, art snobs, no. We're not going to do that, because we're there to learn and share from each other our stories and the things that connect us to music. No, Juice, it's because you're an asshole. That's why. It's not control freak. You're a dickhead. So that's why it is that we do this. And I'm going to be proud to be able to say that I built this with your help, $2 at a time. Because you know what? You can become a patron for $2 a month. So there's no excuse. All right? You can't even get a cup of coffee for $2 a month. So if the work that we're doing here in this community that we provide you, free of douchebags like Juice Terry, doesn't count for some, you know, it's $2. It's $2. So there's no excuse. And I did that because it's exactly that. I like having, it's got to be for everybody. And some people can do more and some people cannot. And that's fine. It's free for everybody. But if you think that it has value and you got $2 in your pocket, you know what? I only know myself. I know that when I walk around and there's a street musician playing music, I throw $2 in his guitar case. I know that when I see a homeless person, I put money in their cup. That's me. That's not everybody. But the guy who's standing outside and he's fucking freezing, or the guy who's playing, he's trying to make it as a musician, and he's playing in the metro where you are, at the subway. Those coins, he knows. Most people aren't going to do that. But the reason the guys are out there doing that, hustling, is because there are a few people that do understand that value. Juice, you might be part of the community, but you're acting like an asshole. So, once I find out who you are, I'm going to toss you. You're a douche. That's what it means to make a positive difference. You know? I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep building this. And yeah, we're going to do it $2 at a time. And I'm going to stand out in the fucking cold and I'm going to play my motherfucking guitar. I'm going to keep doing the shows. As a matter of fact, if anything, some of you noticed what we started last week is that I did patron-only content for the very first time. Okay, first it started with just something that I decided. I mean, I have a ritual. Obviously, I'm around vinyl 24/7. I'm always there, right? So I have a ritual every single day, which is get out of bed. I'll, wake up, get out of bed, drag a comb across your head. You know what I mean? And I make myself a cup, sit down, and I start getting my brain working. So I'll drink my first coffee, I'll smoke my first joint, and I'll spin my first side. So I thought, you know what, that's a routine that I can share with some of you. And you guys dug it. Because stories always come out, and I will give you a song and a story at the end, I promise. Okay, it's coming. And you guys liked it. And I didn't care. You see, you have to realize, I'm not looking to become an internet superstar. I'm interested in creating something that has meaning. You understand? I'm trying to reach you guys through this camera, with these records, with these stories. I'm trying to be the living embodiment of what vinyl is, to show you, okay? To introduce people who maybe don't know it and need it. I mean, listen, it's not for everybody because vinyl is slow. It's not fast. Vinyl is not community. Vinyl is not convenient. It isn't. It's a pain in the ass. But it slows us down and it creates a qualitative experience. So for me, I try to do that with these shows, sharing with you. Whether 2 people or 2 million people watch, it's exactly the same thing. So I did those shows only for the patrons and found that more than half of them were watching. And then I tried something else. I'm there, you know what? One thing that I have in my heart, I mean, Tuesdays and Fridays, I really like doing those shows. And those shows are always going to be free. So tomorrow, 2 p.m., same time, you're going to find the show there. Tune into YouTube, tune into Facebook, it'll be on. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it into a podcast and I'm going to do all that stuff for you. But I've had it in my head. I've had it like, I really would like to do a jazz show. And not just jazz. It's just kind of like, because my Sunday listening is a little different. Because the family is home, we all chill out, we eat breakfast, we do all of this stuff. And, dude, don't fucking... Oh. So the Sunday listening is different, and it does wind up going to jazz. It's more of a chilled out kind of feeling, and I thought, that's something I'd really like to do. Sometimes it winds up going to blues, sometimes it goes to gospel, sometimes to jazz, but predominantly I keep it completely away from rock and roll and soul funk type of thing. It's just, it tends to be, it's got that Sunday vibe, and I try to imagine again, people who wake up and they're with their significant other, or even if they're not, with their dogs, with their children, whatever the case is, but Sunday, they're off. They know that that's their off day. Saturday, they're doing the chores. Sunday, they can chill out, and they can have that coffee and just lounge a little bit longer. And I wanted to do a show that accompanied you. Listen, guys, we were 70 people when I did the first Sunday show. That's last Sunday, so that's all we can say. All I got to tell you is out of 70 VJ patrons, 46 of you watched. Now, I know the VJ patrons that are out there, and some are husband and wife. So it's more than 46 that listened. That's an enormous amount of people. And, YouTube gives me really interesting stats, too. Another thing that it showed me is that The average watch time, it was a 3-hour show, but the average watch time was like 100 minutes. Over an hour and a half. So you guys really hung out and we connected, and it was freaking awesome. And I think it's probably my favorite show that I've ever done up to now. Because what happened was, those 75 of you, those 70 at that point of you, they came in and they already committed. They already committed to, you know what, this has value. So the people there, it's insane how much conversation happened because of it. It was a special moment, and it's what vinyl is absolutely all about. So yeah, man, Sunday, we're calling it VJ Sunday Mass type of thing. Where we just get all together and we congregate and just enjoy art, our mutual love, appreciation, and need for art. So Sunday Mass is going to happen next week again, same time, 11 a.m. And that's a show that I'm going to make only available to VJ patrons. And it doesn't matter to me if, that's the best show and you can eventually... No, I want to do something special for you guys. That's what's important. So all of you that are patrons, I'm going to keep doing that Sunday show for you. And there are a lot of surprises coming. I guess I can go over some of them. How are you guys doing up to now? I don't even know how many of you are out there. Honestly, I'm not able to see things properly because, well, my screen's not set up properly. Sec. I just need a drink, okay? Sorry about that. It's like that, man. It's not professional radio. Okay, so I told you I got news for you. I was hoping to prepare it and show it, but the fact is that I can't prepare all this audio visual and do this. We hit 75 like less than 2 hours ago, so I wanted to make sure that I do something a bit spontaneous and on the fly. But we're in the middle of uploading t-shirt designs. So VJ t-shirts, VJ mugs, that's coming. Those of you that like the old designs, like what I'm wearing right now, or the hamburger mug, the hamburger logo, that's going to be available on t-shirts. The skeleton logo that you see on the slip mat, that's going to be available on a t-shirt too. That stuff is, but we got new logos coming. Now, some of you already know, and this is going to be, I'm going to make special gear for special people. So the first 50 of you, you already know, man. Shout it out, motherfuckers. Filthy 50. You're the first people who stepped up and made this happen. You're the first people. I didn't have to come chasing after you. You came. We got the 50. So Alfredo made a Filthy 50 logo, which is a black and white photo of Filthy Animal Taylor, drummer of Motorhead, with Filthy 50 written on top, with umlauts, in Motorhead font, of course, with umlauts on top of the 0, of course. Now, that's going to become a t-shirt. I've said this before. And that t-shirt won't be available to everybody, and it's a freaking cool design. But that t-shirt's going to be available only to the first 50 people. And I can tell you that most of those people aren't even going to take those t-shirts. But I'm telling you that only 50 will be made available. So, even if there's only 3, I don't care. It's something special. T-shirts are coming. As a matter of fact, Brian's working right now to upload all of that. We just prepared the program in the background called Printify, which allows us to do that. Okay? Second thing that you should know when it comes to that is that I absolutely believe in giving back. So, for example, Alfredo made the Filthy 50 logo for us. He made the picture. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him $1 per t-shirt sold, because he did the work. He didn't ask for it. He didn't know. He just did it because he wanted to. Well, I'm going to do what I want to, and that's to give back. There's a lot of artists in this community. There's a lot of good people, musicians. We're going to give back. We're going to support each other. And Alfredo is already working on the next logo. As a matter of fact, he already has another logo. And this one, because I can't show you, I'm not going to talk about exactly what it is. But all I can tell you is pretty soon, just look out for a link that gets you to the merch page. I don't know how that's going to look yet. We'll wait for Brian to do his thing. And you're going to see some really cool shit show up. Okay? One specific one, a new logo. that some of you will absolutely lose your shit over. I know, because I'm like fucking climbing all over. I need this t-shirt to happen. Absolutely. Some of you are going to feel the same way. And what you should also know is that we're working on a new t-shirt design. We're working on doing something special for when we hit 100. Hopefully, like I said, we're going to hit 100 before 2019 closes. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to keep knocking on doors until we get there. So for me, I'll do the hard work. No problem. If you guys can help me with that, and you know people that would dig this, $2 a month makes a difference. We're not looking for money here. We're looking for support. We're looking for a family. We're looking for a community of people that will uplift this. Afterwards, we'll make the tiers a lot more interesting, and some of you are going to want to join the higher tiers. That's fine. Okay? Because I'm telling you, good stuff's coming. For example, the first 100, we're going to make a t-shirt. Been trying to come up with a good name for it, and it's kind of like the VJ Hot 100. And I wasn't feeling the name that much, but I can't come up with something more creative. Filthy 50 just fit, you know. So Hot 100, I started imagining this idea of, maybe making a logo VG Hot 100 and showing kind of like the old school, old AM radio dials in the old 70s and 60s cars, where you can see the big fucking needle and you have to turn it with the knob. Like with that, and Hot 100 somehow to give it kind of like, those really cheesy 70s radio station logos. I was thinking all that, but then Alfredo came up with something right away that blew my idea completely out of the water, and this is there's no design. We don't know. We're going to see what Alfredo comes up with. He's probably listening right now, and if he is, Alfredo, hello, and thank you for everything that you've done already, where it's time to start expressing the next fucking step. Alfredo came up with the absolute fucking perfect name. I don't know how this is going to look, but it has to happen. The first 100 only will have the opportunity to pick up a t-shirt to indicate that you were the first 100 people to become VJ patrons, and it will be called 100% Those Bitches. Yeah. Lizzo, baby. Lizzo. That's right. Lizzo. 100. If you are one of the top 100, you are 100% that bitch. That bitch. We're going to make that happen. Only 100 t-shirts available. Those who take it, take it. Those people who don't take it, that's fine. Not doing this to make money. Doing this to do something special. So, those of you that are going to, those of you that like the idea of a Lizzo-inspired t-shirt, expect it. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I'm fucking like, my nipples are tingling like fucking Gustafsson over there in Finland in his sauna. That's how much I can't wait. As a matter of fact, if anything, I'm working right now to try to get it over to Lizzo's people once we have that, because I would like very much for her to see that. I'm going to try real hard for Lizzo's marketing people to get to see whatever it is that Alfredo cooks up in terms of a design and what we offer as a t-shirt, because Lizzo's the absolute best. She communicates with her fans, and she deserves everything that's coming. So, yeah, man, next t-shirt. That's where we're going, baby. Yeah, eh. Yeah, eh. Yeah, eh. Blame it on my juice, baby. Blame it on my juice. Yeah. That's what we're doing. I'm here acting stupid. Not even a 75 didn't even become 76, you see? And the thing is, that should just go to show you exactly how hard it is to do this. Yeah. I gotta fucking send messages. I gotta knock on doors. That's what I'm doing to make Vinyl Junkies survive. I ain't stopping. I ain't stopping, because this ain't gonna fail. It's not gonna fail. I'm not afraid to get my fingers dirty. You guys are able to do that for me? You're able to help? Good. I made a promise. What I promised is that 2020, VJ is gonna blow up, and then I'm gonna surpass your expectations. I've said that to you in private messages, some of you. And you believed it, so now I owe you. I'm going to move on now to a story that leads us to our next song, okay? I'm going to play you an entire album side. How many people are watching this? Hey, wifey, Andre, send me a message. It pops up. I want to at least know. Um, so, one of my a conversation I'm not going to forget um, is a conversation I had today with a longtime member of Vinyl Junkies, Helge Neumann. Longtime member, Dutch, I believe. And the Dutch were always, just, I don't know, man, I love Dutch people. I just love Dutch people. I think they're wonderful. And always had this connection, you know? So, Helge was one of the people that I reached out to. And, hey man, how you doing? You know? Wished everybody, always man, how you doing? Because I am interested. I mean, we're friends. Interested in knowing. That's what community is. You don't just all of a sudden start caring. Just you do. You know? Because other people matter. So, you know, how are you? And let Helge know what it is that we were doing. It's like, look, you know, you probably noticed with the news that it's just, we're moving ahead with the Patron, and it's going really extremely well. There are huge plans, and you're a longtime member, and I've always appreciated your posts. You've sent me records, as a matter of fact, so thank you for that. It wouldn't mean a whole lot to me if I knew that you were joining Vinyl Junkies in our next step, in our next, you know, moving forward. And Helge did something that I appreciated so much. What it is that he did is he told me the truth, and he spoke from his heart. And that's, I can tell you, he's the only person in everything that that's happened. And I've told you about some of the negative shit that's been thrown my way by people. All those people that threw that negative stuff at me, there's not one of them that had the balls to ever say it to my face. Not a single one of them. They tore me a new asshole behind my back. And I had other friends who watched it happen and didn't stand up for me. So, that's something I won't forget. That's, it sucks. It sucked. Helge, you know, he straight up said, you know, I've been watching this whole Patreon thing, and I'm not sure. To be honest, I have mixed feelings about having this two-tier thing. And he's the only person in a group of 150,000 people in Vinyl Junkies that have met each other. When they've gotten sick, they've sent money to each other, that we've given to charity, we've traveled to meet each other. The whole fucking schmoz, a whole bunch of them. He's the only one that when it came to doubts or anything, he spoke directly to me. He didn't fucking trash me. I have doubts. Cool. I want to know what those doubts are. And this led to a conversation between me and him over the telephone of an hour, I would say. You know? And he said, well, look, you know, my needs when it comes to this kind of thing are pretty simple. It's just, you know, I like posting my albums and talking about music. And then we just went into that. It's like, well, I told him, look, you know, you would be 100% right in saying that that's available in 1,000 other groups on Facebook, probably a whole lot more. You know, the question becomes, I'm pretty sure that Vinyl Junkies is completely different than all of those groups. We're the best group out there. Why do I know? Because I know how much time it takes in order to make it happen. I'm the one who puts in the time. I sweat for this. And I did it for 9 years for free. So, you know those people that left and questioned my motives? They weren't questioning my motives when all of it was free. They were just taking it. What they were doing is they took my efforts for granted. They just took for granted that it all just happens. So when the 0 people became 150 people, eventually, when it came to making the switch over, people jumped ship. And then all of a sudden, instead of making it like, who the fuck is this guy? Oh, now he's asking us for money? Who is this? What? And I started getting my motives questioned. I haven't changed. My motives are the same. It's just there are some people that take this shit for granted. This takes work. It does. It doesn't just happen. Vinyl Junkies isn't the best because those other groups aren't fucking moderated. That's why you see all that garbage on them. That's why there's fights. That's why there's nerd fights. That's why there's people talking about records that suck. That's why there's a whole bunch of spam. This musician, DJ such and such, wants you to like their page. This guy wants you to go to fucking their special sale happening in Lompoc, West Kansas. All that shit. Somebody's got to clean it. That's me. So we had a group of admins. Most of them completely dropped off once this shift happened. And it is a shift. So as me and Helge got to talking about this online, you know what? He had said on more than one occasion, it's like, yeah, VJ is definitely not like the other groups. You absolutely work hard. And the only way that he was able to have that conversation is to be able to say, hey, you know what, I'm having doubts, I don't know. Because my needs are really simple. I mean, do I really need anything else? And the fact is that a lot of my Dutch friends who used to hang out on Vinyl Junkies, now they're in the other groups, so it's like it doesn't feel the same. It's like, yeah, that's because those other people took what I did for granted, and all of a sudden when they see what it takes and, money is required to keep the lights on, they walk away. It's their right, it's their prerogative, but it just goes to show you that when there's food on the table, everyone's in line. When the dishes are dirty and everyone's eaten, how many people stay behind to fucking clean the tables and wash the dishes and help and sweep the floors? How many people do that? That's what the difference is. So those people that like eating, and they liked the free records, and they liked the giveaways, and they liked the fucking... They ate. Now all of a sudden there's dirty dishes to clean up, and I have to buy more dishes to make sure that I can serve the next group. They're gone. They're gone. You know what? It's better to know. Because what we're doing here is, the people that want in, I'm gonna take you somewhere. I will. Strap in, motherfuckers. This is gonna get big. I've spent 9 years building goodwill. Okay? So the people that have left, there's not a single one of them that can go out and say, you know what? That group and that guy made a difference. Because those people, no matter what, no matter where they are right now, they met through Vinyl Junkies. They tried breaking their own little groups and they did all of that. They sniped when I wasn't around. They started in Vinyl Junkies. They know each other because of Vinyl Junkies. They've traded records because of Vinyl Junkies. So nobody wants to give me credit for that. That's what it means to take shit for granted. Because they just assumed that Vinyl Junkies was there. I did the work. So now, they flee. We are changing. Helge was right when he said it doesn't feel the same. It isn't the same. We're getting better. The reason Vinyl Junkies was good in the first place is because we didn't allow bullshit. Because I took out the spam. Because anybody who's there who wants to start an argument like fucking Juice Crew or whatever the case is, fuck them. Fuck them. They have the rest of the internet to act like assholes. We took care of all of that and we did it for 9 years. That's what made it special. That's what continues to make it special. Some people don't see value, some people do see value. We will move forward. That goodwill that we've built over that entire time, you know what? When this explodes, they're outside. We have corporate sponsors that we can approach, and we will. The reason it is that I haven't approached corporate sponsors yet is because we're working on the tiers properly. We want to make sure that we offer proper value to everybody. We want them to be happy because you guys are the best of the best. You guys are so good. 75 of you have actually contributed towards making this happen. That's how good you are. This community is so good. I did a Sunday show, and more than half of the people that contributed watched it, and watched for an average of 90 minutes. That's how good it is. What, you're telling me you can't sell records to those people? Come on, man. The only reason this hasn't exploded is because I haven't had time and I'm not a marketing guy. I just know how to talk about music. Well, now I got marketing people to help me, and now we got the funnel, and we got all that good stuff that you need to do that made Anthony Fantano what he is. Because Anthony Fantano used to work with, I forgot, one of those big BuzzFeed. He used to work at BuzzFeed, so he knew how to do this, and he exploded his channel. And I mean, great. So now I have those people in my corner too. And Dario and Brian, we're gonna make something special happen. And Angela is there to make sure that everything's organized going forward. So you know what? 2020, I'm telling you. VJ Record Crawls? Yeah, bitch. VJ Record Crawls. We are going to come to your city. One's happening immediately. As soon as it can happen. Me, Angela, and Andrew Daly are already working on something in New York. So this is the way it's going to look. And I already spoke to somebody to make it extra special. But the way it's going to work is that I come in on the Friday. The Friday night, we go to a bar somewhere. Have a beer together, make it an informal thing, and that's where it is that we have a record swap. Before we visit any of the record stores. People who want to come, they don't have to, but people who want to come, it's not part of the actual record swap. People who want to come have a beer with us, bring records that you have doubles of that you want to swap. Let's have a friendly swap. No money. No money. Don't come to sell your records. Not interested. This is about community. This is about giving one record to somebody and knowing where that record went. Lev Kalman is somebody who came to my house and we did that. And you know what? I remember that he gave me the Dolly at Might record, and he remembers that I gave him the Incredible Bongo Band. You can't do that with an MP3. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do it on Friday, and we're going to do it completely in the spirit of goodwill on that Friday. The Saturday, we all get together, we pick a breakfast spot, a good breakfast spot. Something local, we want it to be special. We have breakfast. Those who want to come for the breakfast, off to the first store. Hang out there for 90 minutes? We're going to make sure that we work hard with the stores to make sure that they become VJ patrons as well, so that even after the New York trip, even after the big crawl is done, when you go there and you're a member of Vinyl Junkies, you're going to get a discount. We don't know what that's going to look like. Maybe 10% off used stock, something like that. But I'm going to make sure that those of you who became patrons get something back. And I'm going to make sure that the record stores get business from us. Okay? After one store, you go to another store, maybe, sort of. What I was thinking, it's either 3 stores or 2 stores and one thing really special. So if it's 3 stores, it would be 2 stores in the morning after breakfast. Then you go to lunch, pick a lunch spot. The entire idea of lunch spot is, I know that part of my routine has always been, after I buy my records, I like to go grab something to eat. Not because I like to just eat. Here, there's hot dog joints called La Belle Province. So I used to go there, kind of thing. And the idea is just basically I used to like eating and just sitting down before I get in my car and continue on with whatever I have to do, and take the records out of the bag and kind of look at them and kind of play with them before I could actually play them for real. And I think that that's something that I just always enjoyed and I think fondly of. So that's what the lunchtime break will be. We get to eat together. We get to share records. Hey, what did you get? Hey, what did you get? And we get to talk. And you make it something special. And then, after lunch, you go to the third store. Now, I said right before lunch, right? That's either going to be a second store or not. The other thing that I was thinking is, city by city, listen, I've made friends, and I think that I've built up some goodwill with Vinyl Junkies over all this time, so I'm going to see if there's any music industry related people or vinyl industry related people in the city that we visit. I'm going to try to put together some kind of special experience for you. So I was thinking in New York, and I haven't asked him yet. I've reached out, but Scott Hull, who is the owner of Master Disc, he's the guy who masters a lot of your records. He's a master engineer, and he's amazing. He's amazing. He cuts records, right? So I thought to myself, maybe what we can do is ask Scott if he'd have some of us there at Master Disc so he can just show us live what a cutting lathe looks like and what the science is behind it. We've done this before in the past when we were in California, and we did a record crawl, and we visited the Stoughton record plant, the Stoughton printing plant. Stoughton is, look, the best in the business when it comes to printing jackets. They're amazing. But Jack had us over for his 50th anniversary of Stoughton, and bands played, and there was free food, and there was free drink, and they took care of us, and it was amazing. And then the Saturday after, we went for record stores. So if I can do that in New York, I will absolutely do that. Make space, I'm telling you. April, May, June, something like that. I'm not just, it's going to happen. Yeah, road trip it. You want to hang out with a bunch of people that know exactly what it's all about? You like the idea of road tripping? Road trip it. Put it in your calendar, man. Next spring, 2020. VJ Record Crawl. New York, baby. Angela, Andrew, you run with this, man. You make it everything you want it to be. And we plan to do this in other cities also. Chicago, Nashville. You have no idea. The other part of this is that those who participate in this, and those some are going to say, "Whoa!" But let me finish my thought. I'm thinking it's going to cost about $25 per person to be part of this, and the idea behind that is because I want to leave you guys with a big gift bag. I don't know if you know about the Oscars gift bag, but the Oscars big gift bag is enormous. This is a gift bag that they give to everybody who attends the Oscars. And there's tens of thousands of dollars of stuff in there. And it's really highly, the media talks about it. And it's highly, it's good space to have, right? Because they know that the top stars are going to get their product. So people actually pay to have products put into that Oscars swag bag. Well, I'm going to do a VJ swag bag, and that swag bag, I'm telling you right now, the $25, you know what it's for? The $25 is to make sure that I can get there, okay? Because I need to get on a plane, and that costs money, and I need to eat, and it'll cover that, okay? And from there, that $25, I'm going to get my sponsors to give you a record or to give you a cleaning brush, to give you something special. I'm going to make sure, you have my word on this, trust me, you're going to get more than $25 worth of swag. Because that's how I roll. Because that's what I want it to be. Because the people there, the people that would put something, the companies that would actually want to put something in that swag bag, know how valuable you, the audience, are. So what happens when we take this record crawl and we set up a bunch of hashtags and we make it an event? Because not everybody can come to New York City in the spring, right? Why should everybody else be left out? Why don't we create hashtags and make sure that we get pictures and we send all of that out? When we go to record stores, hashtag all of that so that the record stores get some love, so that everybody's able to experience with us virtually. Yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming. And once New York gets done, we got other cities we're going to do this to. So, VJ record crawls are going to happen, and they are going to be better than any others. You know why? I've been collecting records my entire life. I've been a fucking nerd collector my whole life. Believe me, I know what makes nerd collectors happy. Get them some good records, get them some free shit, get them some slip mats, get them some cool shit. We're probably going to create a sticker, just to produce a special sticker, just for the VJ record crawl that you can only get if you attend the VJ record crawl. I'm going to make this special. The record stores, we're going to see if we can convince them to maybe give us t-shirts so that they can, so you can take their record store with them by wearing their t-shirt. There's a whole lot of things that I will do, and I will knock on those corporate doors when it's time to knock on those corporate doors. Not yet. It's Christmas time. Nobody's paying attention right now. January is the time to do it, and you know what? The fact of the matter is that getting us to 100 makes that story a whole lot better. If I am able to say 100, that's huge. Because 100 will become 200 and 300 and 400 and 500. You watch. You watch, man. All the pieces are in place. When this becomes an overnight thing, just know that I spent 9 years putting together this overnight thing. It's not overnight. So, 75 of you basically just kind of took a leap of faith, sort of took a leap of faith. I'm going to keep knocking on the doors to get us to 100. You guys help me get to 100 as well. Yeah, we're making special. You know another thing that we've done? Who likes trading records? One of the reasons we don't allow trades or sales or any of that stuff on our Vinyl Junkies group is because it'll attract every flipper in the market, every asshole with a Discogs account who wants to sell you records. We don't want any of that bullshit. Because these people, they treat records like they're fucking stocks and bonds. They treat them like they're assets. Fuck those people. Art is what we want. It's not quantity we're looking for, it's the qualitative experience we're looking for. That's vinyl. So we actively discourage that kind of thing in our group. But we do understand the value of putting, of people making these trades. It's just we can't do it because then it becomes a mess and, a group of 23,000 members. We can't do it. But patrons, on the other hand, is a different thing. There's 75 of us, so what it is that I'm doing is sending out 75 invites for you to join a special patron-only VJ Swap group. Just us. No money. No money. Just trades. Friendly trades, friendly barter, we talk. And you know it's going to be friendly, and you know that it's not going to get into money, because anybody who's already contributed by becoming a VJ patron, they're already a certain type of people. We've already gotten rid of the opportunists. We've already gotten rid of the people that are there to make a buck. They're gone. 75 people there, they're the goodwill people. That's the good shit. So if you put those 75 people together in a room, yeah, Melinda, you should please look at your invite. I sent you a friend invite, Melinda, and I sent you an invite to our swap group. And Chicago is happening. It's supposed to happen. Brian lives in Chicago, and so that's already 2. With me, that's 3. And we're not even trying. So, and I want to visit Dusty Groove very, very badly. And I want to try a Chicago deep dish pizza. So, you understand? Anthony Bourdain, man. Vinyl Anthony Bourdain. I got this plan. We're going to make this shit happen. But what happens when you put together these people in a Facebook swap group? You're not going to find people who are looking for deals. You're going to find a bunch of people that understand that it's the spirit of community. And when you're exchanging records, you're exchanging mojo. All right? So, Dennis Fennelly, longtime VJ member, guy who lives in Atlantic Canada. He's got the most insane blues collection of anyone I know. Blues vinyl collection is just, it's absolutely stupid, the records he has in his collection. He's got a better blues collection than me, that's for damn sure. So, as we're putting this together, and this is only the second day, it's not even been 48 hours that we've put this VJ swap group together. Some of you haven't joined yet. Some of you haven't gotten your invite yet. Again, VJ patron only. If you're not a patron, you're not in. Okay, and no money. Just trades and community. What does he do? The first record he puts up, he's the first guy to put a record up. This guy, he pops out. It's like, oh, I have a double of an original 1957 mono pressing of Elvis Presley's first record. You know, the one with the crazy him holding the records type of thing, with the colors that the Clash kind of made into their cover. Yeah, that is a fucking grail record. I've been looking for that record forever, and it's one of those records that I never thought I'd really get, because I will not spend a fortune on those records. So this guy, he's got 2 copies. His first copy is a VG Plus copy, so near perfect. Obviously, that's his copy, but his second copy is still a VG Plus copy. I jumped immediately. And I have records, and of course, you know, you go on Discogs and you can see that this stuff will sell for hundreds of dollars and stuff, so I know that. But we know this guy's going to come over in February. Dennis Fennelly is coming over in February. So I got tons of stuff to trade with him. I'm going to make sure that he leaves happy. I'm not trying to give him nothing for something. So I've already begun pulling out some stuff. I pulled out a Shirley Scott Trio record on Impulse. Great Scott. I know that's not enough for a record like that, so I started digging, and I told him that I might give him this. I have a second sealed box set of Aretha Franklin's Atlantic albums. and they're well done because I have another copy of this already, and they sound amazing. It's great. He wants it, he can have it. Some records are mono, some are in stereo, by the way, Dennis. I just looked over here. Yeah, some are mono, some are stereo. And then, I told him about another record that he might like because I already have one, but check this, man. This is something he might find interesting. This is an original French pressing of Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool, with an alternate cover. I know that this is a collectible item. Maybe he's the perfect person to have it. We'll do something. He'll come over in February, and I'll take him to some record stores over here. He's going to come to the Record Cave. We're going to have a drink. We're going to have a smoke. And we're going to play some album sides together, and we're going to do what vinyl people do. And he's bringing the record, and he's already said, sold, done. Not sold, sorry, it's just done. This is going to Sam because he wants me to have it. Because he knows I'm going to tell the story, and he knows that that story will exist as part of Vinyl Junkies forever because that's what good community is. So he wants that mojo to come here. He doesn't even know what he's getting back. But I got you, brother. I'll make sure you're happy, I promise. Okay? That's what VJ Swaps is about. That's what the Swap Group is about. If that sounds cool to you, then look for your invite and let's get this going. And I think I'm going to end with my record now. And that has a story too. This one's actually... look, I told you, my story with Helge Neumann. 1 hour chat over Facebook. That meant something to me. I was deeply appreciative of the fact that the guy just spoke to me. He didn't snipe behind my back. He's just, and he wound up becoming a patron. Well, dude, I like the album stories and putting aside, and so I asked him, it's like, hey, give me a genre that I can play for you. And if I fits my mood and all the rest, and if I have a story, then I'll do it. So he tells me, I don't know, man. I think I'd like some classic stoner or some stoner doom. And I pulled out a record that I think fits. So Helge, I guess this record is because you became number 75, and because I absolutely appreciated the way you handled everything. You're a man of integrity, and I absolutely appreciate the fact that you've decided to join us, Vinyl Junkies, for our next steps. Believe me, giveaways are coming. You guys are absolutely guaranteed to be getting more than your money's worth. Just saying. So, the record I pulled out was this here. Yob. What the hell is this one called? Is this one Clearing the Path to Ascend? Yeah, this one's called Clearing the Path to Ascend. And I've been a Yob fan since the very early days, like 2000, 2001, and I've had a chance to meet with Mike Scheidt on a few occasions and the band guys. I've had a chance to interview them at Roadburn, interview them here in Montreal. They're good guys, really, really good guys. Mike's one of the real ones, man. Aaron, good guy. They're all good guys. When they played Le Fofone Electrique, I brought a friend, and we went, and Mike did an interview, and he gave me this record, and he signed all the other records that I already had. And, this one's signed Cheers to You and Vinyl Junkies. And Aaron signed Aaron Reisenberg. Big love, Sam. It's awesome. Now, what it is that I did at that time, there was a vinyl junkie who's no longer with us. There was a vinyl junkie named Catherine Ann, who was absolutely wonderful. I loved this woman. She passed cancer a few years ago. And she was goofy, and, she always took the piss, man. She just always let me have it. She just, I don't know. It was just something magical about her, And she would send, I don't know, at one point, it was just one of those things. At one point, I told her that, I wanted Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way? And I couldn't find it here. And suddenly it just shows up at my house. And when I put the first t-shirts that I ever made with Vinyl Junkies, she bought a whole bunch of them. And she was just one of those. And her father owned a record store. And she always posted pictures of her kids. And she was a really big fan of Yob, really, really big fan of Yob, and I knew that, and you know, I loved her, right? So when I got to meet Mike, I had a sticker that he gave me, and I had Mike. Actually, no. What it is that I did was not only the sticker. I sent her a sticker, but I also sent a stupid birthday card. I got this stupid habit of I don't believe like if I'm gonna send you a card, a birthday card, it's like I'm the guy who's gonna go to the dollar store and get the cheapest card that's addressed to a 3-year-old. So it's your third birthday, and just give it to you because I don't think it's the card itself. If the message is the actual card, then there's a problem. So for me, there's more of a message and a joke. So I got a card which I picked up for $1 at the dollar store. You know, so it's your third birthday, and it may have been a boy instead of a girl, whatever. And I got Mike and the band to sign it, and I got Mike to leave her a personal note, and she kept it, and I know it meant a lot to her. And I think about her a lot. I miss her, and when she passed, I fucking cried. I reached out to Damien, her husband, and I still think about them on a regular basis, and she is VJ family. Forever, forever. And you guys matter. And I'll always keep your stories. That's what we do here. That's what community is. We keep our stories. We share our stories. That's what you're supporting. So it's with the spirit of Catherine in mind that I fulfill Helga, and Helga knew Catherine, that I fulfill Helga's request for some Doom Stoner, and I'm going to play some Yob, man. I'm going to play a song that she loved. I think it was Catherine's favorite Yob song, Marrow, and it's honestly many people's favorite songs, and I'm not sure how this is going to go because when she passed, I played Marrow 3 times. I fucking cried like crazy. It's just so I'm real connected to the song because I remember the grief I felt when she passed away. So I'm not sure I'm gonna get through this properly, but hey man, you guys wanted it to mean something. You think I'm doing this for money? Well, this is for you, Kat. I love you. This is for you, Helge. Thank you. You're a man of honor. Thank you. Help me reach 100. Become one of the 100% those bitches. Do you want to be 100% that bitch? There's 25 spots. After that, you can't be 100% that bitch anymore. You can't. So, the top 100 is going to get a t-shirt. 100% those bitches. Step up! Let's play side 4. Marrow. Thanks for listening, guys. Let's see if we can get this done before 100. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep knocking on doors. I'm getting my hands dirty. Help me if you can. But we're going to get there. I promise, no matter what. Thanks for paying attention, man. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for paying attention. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard tomorrow. VJ Radio.